Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Getting a slow start this morning. All right. So, good morning, everybody. My name is Angie Atkinson, and today at queenbeing.com, we're going to just have a little quick Q&A. And yesterday, a couple people were asking questions, and I was doing a different thing in the morning. I was asking questions, so I said, "Hey, today we'll have a Q&A." So, good morning. Good morning, Anne. How are you? Good morning. So I know a lot of people have questions. I've got about 30 minutes right now that I can pop through and answer any questions that you might have. So talk to me. I know it's not Tuesday, but you can still talk to me. How's everybody feeling today? And how you doing? Getting a slow start this morning. Um, hey, Alyssa. Good morning. How are you today? Are you feeling any better than yesterday? Hope everybody's doing well. Having a kind of a slow start this morning. Maybe it's too early to do it at this time. Is it better to do it at a later time? Anyway, so maybe we will do the questions after all. um, yeah. Oh, Alyssa says, I may have gone to the ER yesterday. My anxiety got so bad. Oh, no. Did they help you with it, Alyssa? Did they help you understand what was going on? I'm so sorry that you're having a hard time, honey. I know it's hard to be where you are right now. Good morning. Good morning. It's kind of good. I think I have a little delay in my chat today. Well, does everybody have their coffee? I have my coffee in one of my little cups that came with my dishes set. Alyssa says, no matter what, I always feel like I'm dying. I feel so numb and the pain builds up. I totally understand how that feels. It's exhausting dealing with a narcissist. I know it is. And I know going through abuse recovery is even harder. Did they help you at the ER, Alyssa? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Since things are going kind of slow this morning, not sure what I've exactly, but since they are going kind of slow, maybe we should do questions instead. Alyssa says, you want to be at my breaking point. They don't really help, just give meds, which I can't take while I work. Oh, gosh. I totally understand, Alyssa. I'm so sorry. Um, do you want to talk about what you're feeling? I mean, I understand how you're feeling, but do you want to talk about what's going on with your? Oh, she said I want to be at my breaking point. Okay, Alyssa, do you want to kind of talk about what you're going through? I know you talked about it a little bit before, but if you'd like to talk about it, I'd be happy to hear you and help you, especially being that we're in a small group today. Let me know what you're thinking. Okay, so I think I think it's going to be a quick broadcast today since we're kind of building up slowly. I just wanted to swing in and see how everybody's doing. Um, I know that when life falls apart, it feels, you know, outrageous. You probably wake up every day going, oh my God, what's going to go wrong today? And it's probably pretty hard to imagine right now. But a lot of us have gone through similar pain, Alyssa, and we ask ourselves, why me? You know, and sometimes it kind of takes the universe giving us a little kick in the butt to force us into change. You know, and what I want you to remember is that even though it's horribly painful, it's a transition that it's just a transition. And if you can look at it from a logical standpoint, you know, maybe you outgrew this person or the situation. I think during this time of transition, maybe we want to figure out what it is that really makes us happy and take action to make it happen. So when you ask, when you feel like you do, when you feel like you want to die, you feel like you can't stand it, I want you to know that if you hold on, it's going to get better. And I want you to know that you're going to learn so much about yourself from this situation. You have to know that what isn't working for you, well, you already know that part. You know what doesn't work. Now you just get to figure out what it is that does work for you. And eventually you're going to feel lighter and you're going to be able to take action and you're going to be able to make things happen. Eventually you're going to feel like you know what's important. And although you might feel like you're kind of at rock bottom right now, you're going to have less fear about things that are holding you back as you move forward because you're going to learn that you're the strongest person you know in real life. I don't want you to accept defeat. I want you to understand that you don't have to be strong all the time. I want you to understand that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. And I want you to understand that you have true friends, and some of them are here with us today. You know, there are things you can do. Yeah. Oh, hey, everybody. I just missed some of your chats. Let me get back here. Okay. Oh, Anne said she started Paxil twice a day and it helps. Oh, Anne, I took Paxil before when I was younger, and it was useful for me as well. You know what? If you need to take something to get over the hump, just do it. It's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Talk to your doctor and work on that. Sometimes that'll help you to get through. Alyssa says, Tony's giving in, saying he wants a life with me and loves me, but then he takes it away. I really want him to be the one, but he just started his steroid cycle, so now he gets worse again. I feel ya. I wish he could be the one for you too, Alyssa. I really do. I really do. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with a narcissist, especially one who's on drugs, you're not going to get very far. I guess it depends on how long you're willing to wait. Yeah. Good morning, Carlita. Good morning, Jennifer. Jen C. She says, good morning. Been rough. Haven't left my room or gone outside in a while. Oh, honey, just to eat, water, and shower. Today's my grandma's birthday. I'm trying to hold it together. I feel you. You know what? When you're going through this, I want you to remember a few things. Somebody said in one of our chats, I told you guys before about the four corners thing where you follow the four corners of your screen around with your eyes or your phone or whatever square you can find for 2 minutes. If you do that, that can help you to kind of distract yourself enough to be okay and not lose it. Somebody else said in a chat the other day, find something, pick a color and find 5 or 6 things that are that color around you. That can help to distract your mind as well when you're going through that. Yeah. Good morning, Carlita, my co-author. How are you? Good morning, Alyssa. I already said good morning to Alyssa. Alyssa, oh, good morning, TFM. Alyssa says, he tells me I view him wrong, like he's terrible. And I make him feel bad about him and that he's a good guy who doesn't deserve this when all day he's what's hurting my feelings. I totally understand. That's projection and gaslighting, trying to make you feel like the bad person. Anne said, I'm struggling with reconciling the life I thought I had with the reality of what happened and why. And I think we all go through that, Anne. I think we all go through it, and it's terrible. I totally understand. I totally do. Oh, Jennifer says, I love when you talk and give knowledge and hope and positivity. That's awesome. That's exactly my goal. TFM says, I'm Trevor. Hey, Trevor. Well, hello, Mel Lenz. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Sabrina. She says, the narc is physically out of her house. Good for you. Now just to get him and what he did to me out of my head. Not sure where to start that. It's a process, Sabrina. It's a process. It's a process. Dolores says, I'm a newbie, but I love the support here. Thanks, Angie, for being there. Thank you, Dolores. I'm so happy to have you back today. I'm happy you're here. Anne says, I have been able to release a load of guilt, oh, so good, and shame that actually belongs to my parents and subsequent abusers. I feel physically lighter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand. Yes. Alyssa says, why do I worry about the narcissist? Why do I worry I'm the narcissist, that I'm selfish? Oh, sweetie, we all have those moments. They want us to feel that way. He wants you to feel like you're the problem so that you'll fix yourself instead of going away. Because if you think you're the problem, then you might think you're not good enough for someone else, or that maybe he really isn't as crazy or as mean to you as you think he is. And it's a mind game, Alyssa. It's a mind game. I want you to remember that you're beautiful and that you deserve better than someone who treats you this way. Nobody deserves to not be validated and loved and treated with respect in their home. I want you to remember that. Good morning, SM. Welcome back, SM. Says, good morning. My narc stopped hoovering. It has been 3 months. I literally dialed 911 when I met him. I frightened him. Hey, I'm happy now, out of sight, out of mind. I'm so happy, SM. I'm so happy to hear it. And I'm happy that you're happy. I'm happy you're doing better. I know it's hard sometimes, but I'm very happy to see that you're doing better. That's a good thing. SM said he wasn't violent, but stalking, so dialed the number and showed him my phone. He walked the other way. That is smart. That is smart. You know what? That is a really smart tip. If you are being stalked by someone, let them see you call 911. You know, and all the phones nowadays, they have GPS. And I know a lot of the 911 systems have GPS, you know, have the thing where they can find you by your phone. So excellent news. Excellent news. I think that's a fabulous idea. I really do. Yeah. I do. I do. Wait a minute. Did I just see a comment from Alyssa here? Alyssa says that her narc tells her that he needs a woman who's understanding, who understands he had work and a home to take care of and can't pay attention to her all the time, and that she's not the other woman and hasn't been in a long time. What? Alyssa, you don't deserve to be anybody's other anything, okay? Even oh, don't worry about your rambling. There's not rambling. That's what we're here for. You talk to us, honey. Tell us what you think and feel. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. TFM says they want you to show the feelings they don't or can't have. So if they're disorganized, they will try to make you look like the disordered one so they can be the healthy one. Absolutely. Yes, of course. It makes the most sense. Narcissists can't really handle the way that they feel or the way that they exist in the world, and so they pretend things are different. It's the false self. Absolutely. They need someone to blame their behavior on and someone to blame their problems on. Yep. Yeah. Alyssa, SM says to Alyssa that her narcissist ex said the same thing when she treated him like a king. The details, excuse me. Basically, she's saying she changed a lot of things about herself and her house just to make him feel comfortable there, and it still wasn't good enough for him. Jennifer says, I just did the four corners thing with my phone. Wow, it does like something to my head. It feels a little better. Cool. Yes, it is. It's shocking, but it has to do with the eye movement. It changes the brain a little bit. Yeah. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Welcome. Jennifer says that it's cool. The four corners thing works and it's cool. And she says, that's what I mean. Thank you for all the help. No one talks to me in the house ever. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're part of our little tribe here. Alyssa says that hers can't remember anything. He literally walks around like a zombie and forgetful. When he got in an accident, he apologized to his mother like crazy for the accident. She ran there and he ignored her calls. She said, I rushed from work and he said I wasn't there for him that day. That's crazy. Yeah, Alyssa, he's obviously one of these people who's going to always be the victim. He's playing the narcissistic injury thing, and I'm sure sometimes, especially being that you said he's on steroids, the narcissistic rage thing. Leah, the four corners thing. It's real simple. Like take your phone or your screen in front of you right now, or the wall behind the screen or whatever, and take your eyes and trace around to the four corners just with your eyes, not your head, just your eyes. I didn't mean to move my head. And watch the four corners. Follow the four corners with your eyes for 2 minutes. If you do that for 2 minutes, you will feel a difference. You will feel your head let go of stuff, you can change your thoughts and change your mind at that time, and it kind of helps you get through. Sometimes when I feel like when I'm devastated, like I don't know if you guys saw this, but my cat died last year, and that's when I introduced the idea to you, the four corners idea, and that is literally it stops your head from spinning, and it slows you down enough that you can get some relief. And anyway, when my cat died, I was just in tears, and I showed you live, not live, but I showed you in a video how that tactic actually works for that. So anyway, um, yeah. Okay, let me scroll back up so I don't miss anybody. You're welcome, Leah. Um, okay. Dolores says it's very hard to be sufficient to someone who's entitled to everything. That's right. They're the only ones there according to them, and the only ones who are valid. Yeah. Yeah, la la la. Exactly. That's really true. That's how they feel. And they make you feel the same way. Yeah. SM says, Angie, sending you a virtual hug. You answer everyone's questions. You listen to each one of us. You care. I really do. I've been there, and that's why I know how it feels to feel alone. Yeah. Anne says that the only message a narcissist can convey is that you're not enough. Absolutely. Yeah. Once we believe that, they have control. That is absolutely the bottom line. Yeah. They invalidate us. You're welcome, Leah. They invalidate us, and they put us in that place where we just feel we're not enough. It's the truth. And SM says she agrees with Anne. Alyssa says, he says I'm always the victim. I've had amazing guys try to talk to me and would give a better life, and I get scared. He's always told me no guy would put up with me. Yeah, of course, and she said that our connection is the best we'll find, and we won't find it again. Good morning, body and soul. And Alyssa, you're absolutely right. That's right there in a nutshell. That's how a narcissist gains control of us. That they say there's something wrong with you. They say that no one else would ever want you, and that even if you tried to go with someone else, it would never work, and that your connection, whether it's a sexual connection or an emotional or mental connection, usually is the best you'll find. Of course, those are the things they say, And Alyssa, I think that the fact that you've had amazing guys try to talk to you, that you've had amazing guys trying to help you to to want to give you a better life. I mean, first of all, I want you to not jump into anything with anybody, but I want you to give yourself a better life first, and then decide who you want to invite into that better life. Do you understand what I mean? You deserve that. You deserve to choose your life and to make things the way you want them to be, and not the other way around. Okay? Something to think about. All right. Good morning, body and soul. Good morning. All right. So I think that, oh, wait a minute. Oh, SM says to Alyssa, whereas my guy coaxed me to wear skimpy and talk to guys, and then in bed fantasize. I can't say this right now because my daughter's in the room. You guys read that. Okay? And I understand exactly how that feels. It is actually a semi-common thing, what SM is talking about there, that I've heard from more than one victim. There's actually a name for it, which I will not repeat at the moment. I have to be considerate of the girl, and no, you're good, Sophie. Jennifer says, Alyssa, I'm sorry, girl. My uncle is an ex-steroid user, and he used to go crazy and get mad. Even hit me a couple times when I was 18 to 23. He's not the only guy out there. I know it's so hard. Absolutely, it's hard. Yeah, I get it. It is hard, and Alyssa, you have to know that you're not alone. And Jennifer here, she's telling you right there that her uncle was doing the same kind of thing. Anne says, I have a lot of anger right now. Realizing it's pathological, my mother's approach to programming me really was, and I missed the bottom of that one. Yeah, and that's exactly an excellent point. And a lot of the time, when we have a narcissistic mother, we find ourselves later with a narcissistic person, a man or a woman or whatever, because the narcissistic mother or father programs us to become something like that. Jennifer says, sorry, I come from a crazy small Italian family. Oh, I've heard some good things about Italian families, though, so I can't say anything bad about them. Apparently, I have about 6% Italian in me somewhere, something like that. Anyway, um, yeah, so that's it. I think you guys are awesome. I know that it's hard to change and grow, but Alyssa, I want you to consider these growing pains. You might actually end up, if you can pull yourself away from someone who's abusing you, you can actually end up happier in the long run. Okay. Um, the body and soul says Angie's right. Learn what you're all about and practice setting boundaries before you leave into another relationship. Absolutely. Rinse, repeat is all you will find if you don't go through the grieving. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Alyssa says, I asked him to be with me the other night and he said he can't because he needed to work out. If he wanted this, right, he would be there for me. He never is when I need him. It's all about his workouts. Yeah. I would say that whatever he's doing with his workouts, whatever he's, with the steroids and everything, I mean, clearly he is self focused. Does he make money from it? I mean, is he like a bodybuilder or something? What's up, Sophie? Quick. Okay. Get cereal. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. SM says to Alyssa, are you sure he's working out and not doing something else? That's a logical question. Of course, you guys probably know that steroids tend to make a person less excitable in certain ways. Less excitable. Okay. Sophie's going to get cereal. You can close the door. What? Okay. Oh, granola bar. My bad. Um, okay, really quick while she's out of the room. Uh, Steroids tend to make a person impotent, so that could be part of the issue. Oh, and Alyssa says, can we add that his body hasn't changed? He's a personal trainer and a bodybuilder. Okay, I got you. TFM, how do I grieve? Do I just cry? I don't understand how to grieve. Okay, it's a process, Trevor. It's a process. Go start with crying if you need to. Okay, and then what I like to do is I like to give myself a period of time, or any of my clients. I say, let's an end date for the grief. Okay, grief is hard and you have to go through it. If you don't go through it, you'll end up going through it later. Okay, so pick an end date. When I got divorced, I think I did a month, but I think it ended up only being 3 weeks. But depending on how quickly you feel like you can heal, you can. Am I stuck? Am I frozen? Okay. No. Depending on how quickly you think you can heal. So you can start with, uh, throwing things, crying things, breaking things, whatever you want. Pick it. If you guys were together 30 years, give yourself a month. If you were together 2 years or less, give yourself 2 weeks or a week or a weekend, depending on how fast you think you can do it. During that time, allow yourself to scream, throw things, break things, cry, whatever. And when that's over, decide the night before, okay, this is it. This is my last night to do this. The next day, I want you to get up and make an effort to change your life. Okay. And one of the things you can do is write a letter, write down all the horrible things that you think, feel, and have inside of you about that relationship. Write down all the things that person hurt you, how they hurt you, how they, write a letter to that person and tell them off. Basically, tell them all the things you ever wanted to say that you couldn't say or that they wouldn't hear you say. And then at the end of the letter, I want you to say, and now I forgive you, not because you deserve to be forgiven, but because I need to let go of this anger and this toxicity in my life. It takes back your life. And then you can send it or not. I found after I wrote the letter, I didn't need to send it. Excuse me. Sorry. I found I didn't need to send the letter Just writing it was enough, so I burned it, and that made me feel even better. So I want you to try that. And then it's a process. You know what? You're going to have to, for a while, you're going to have to actively monitor your thoughts and actively push that person out of your head after you go through your grieving period. But, and what I'm talking about the specific amount of time you set it for. But when that's over, one day you're going to go, oh my gosh, I cannot even, I didn't even think about that person today. And that will change things for you. Okay. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Um, Jennifer says, "Yeah, no offense to Italians. There are normal Italians, but I just skipped a generation." That's cute, Jennifer. I like that. Alyssa says, "I am as well. I just don't make it my life. It's a part of it." Oh, you're also a personal trainer. I got you, honey. It was my happiness until he came along. See, I think that's something you were passionate about, and you should still be passionate about it. But I know it's hard because what happens is that they take over everything and they kind of corrode everything with their toxicity and their negativity. Um, Alyssa says, "Oh, my guess, Alyssa, is that maybe he's jealous because his body hasn't changed and yours has. I don't know." Um, Alyssa says, "He's working out. I don't think he's cheating. He's just self-absorbed." Well, that might be the case. And like I said, steroids do tend to make certain things not work as well as they used to. And I've even heard they shrink the size. I don't know if that's accurate, but I've heard that. Um, SM says to Trevor, allow yourself to grieve. Cry, cry, cry. Cry it all. I did, and I feel lighter. Yeah, you do need to go through that. You do need to let it out for sure. And it's okay to do that. But I do suggest putting an end date. Set an end date. I don't care if it's a week, a weekend, a month, whatever. And then I wouldn't get into another serious relationship for at least a year. And if you do decide to do that, take it very slowly, because I think that we need to learn how to take care of ourselves and learn how to love ourselves enough to set boundaries that are appropriate and not accept anything less than what we should have. Body and Soul says they never are for us totally self-focused. Yeah. She said her ex did bicycling, like thousands of races that paid nothing, just distraction, and gave reasons for neglecting the relationship. Yeah. Dolores says they say you are to this and they say you're this and that, but usually it's them who've had the serial relationships over and over ending the same way. Yeah, of course. And they'll also tell you that everybody's crazy. So, yeah. Oh, she said Sophie. Jennifer said Sophie's a very pretty name. Thank you. Her legal name is Sophia, which I also find to be a beautiful name. But we call her Sophie at home, and I guess they still call her Sophia at school. I don't know, but she's trying to let them know who she is. I've been calling her Sophie since she was a baby. Yeah. Yeah, SM says I'm cautious. That's so good of me. Thank you. Alyssa says, Mel says to Alyssa, I remember going through those same thoughts when I was with my ex last year, during the last year of our marriage. My experience showed me that nothing I did, changed, asked, whatever was enough. Eventually, I'm looking for. Eventually, I became exhausted and gave up. It helped to find out that he was already in another affair. Yeah, sometimes the anger helps to push you through and push you into action when you need to. So what I would say here is this: if you can find anger in yourself and you're still stuck in this situation, sometimes you need that anger to power you through it. And I tell my clients, if you have that, use it in a good way until it's no longer serving you, and then let it go. And I know that sounds weird, but the fact is, yeah, we could work through our anger while we're still being abused if we wanted to, but we don't want to become complacent and accept abuse. So if you have anger right now, I want you to feel that instead of the sadness. Feel the anger and let yourself be propelled into action by it, and then let go of it when you're safe again. Yeah. Okay, Mel says to Alyssa, did I say this already? Oh, yeah. Okay, Jackie B says, hey, Jackie B, welcome. She says, we ended up moving to the same city, even going to the same parties. I avoid him, but he's still in the same social circles. It's hard to make friends because of this. I feel you. And that's a hard thing, Jackie. That's one of those things that, you have to mentally separate yourself from him, and you have to change, maybe try going to different events or a different type of event, or like if you're into photography and he's into marketing. I'm just making things up right now. Just only go to the photography stuff and not the marketing stuff. You know what I mean? I know it's hard. Yeah. Trevor says, I will. Thank you. I've been going through this without a clue. I watch your videos. They help me so much. Um, Thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that very much. And I'm glad that I'm helping anybody. It means a lot to me. Body and Soul says, yes, list all the negative. No, thank you. Sophie's offering me a granola bar. Um, Body and Soul says, yes, list all of the negative. Oh, usually outweighs the good. Yes, that's another thing. Yes. My pleasure, Jackie. My pleasure. I hope it's helpful. I know it's just a little bit, but I want to say what Body and Soul said really quickly here. She says, and I've recommended this before in videos, and I've even done a video like this, and I've even sent. I tell my clients this sometimes when you're having the hardest moments, and you want to go back, take the time to write down all the things a narcissist did to you that hurt you. You will be shocked, and anytime you feel overwhelmed, or anytime you feel as though you might want to go back, you can just look and remind yourself why you went no contact. Remind yourself why you got away from that person. It's very helpful. It's also a good way to help yourself get out in the first place, to propel you into action. Yeah, absolutely. Trevor says, do you ever think narcissists are on earth to hurt us so that we can learn how to teach others? I really think so sometimes. So that we can learn to teach others how to recover more quickly. If everything was perfect, we would never know how strong we really are. Listen, that's totally true, and I have said almost the identical thing, at least in regard to myself. So, welcome, Chelsea. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so sorry that I'm about to get out of here, but I want to ask you guys a question really quick before I go. SM says 3 years, but still away from the dating game. I want to enjoy my freedom and space. Absolutely, and honestly, at a certain point, if you're not looking to have children, or you're not looking to rush into something, sometimes you might not ever want to be with someone else, and that's okay. But I don't want you to close that door forever if that's something that you might want in the future. Okay. Mel says that when I finally had enough, I told him to get out. So he wouldn't. So my cousin, her husband, and 4 kids came up and stayed at our house for 2 weeks until he finally left. Then I moved away 2 months later. Well, that is a very smart thing that you did. Yeah, that's a really smart thing. Alyssa says, his negatives outweigh the good like no other. But I haven't left. I don't know why. The passion is so good, and I've never had that with anyone. I understand. She said she's been assaulted in the past, and he's the only person that she's been able to get close to. Sometimes that's because they mirror us and pretend to be what we are. So I want you to keep that in mind. Mel says, I gave up my town and friends of 20 years to escape him. Best and worst thing I ever did. I'm not sure I'd change it, but maybe do it different. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes life circumstances force us to grow past things. So, okay, you guys, I have got to wrap up here. It is 8:32 a.m. and I've got to get this girl to school in a moment. But I mean 8:32 a.m. A little tired today. I want to say this from Body and Soul. She said, I think our childhood trauma and people pleasing that keeps us trying and trying to get approval. Yes, it is that. It is. It will blow your mind how they saw you versus what really happened. Yes. You're a wise woman, honey. You're a wise woman. Yes. You guys, do me a favor and tell me, would you prefer that I go on after I drop her off at school? Or would you, where I would go on from like 8:45-ish to 9:30 or 9:45 for our coffee time? Or would you prefer that I stick to this earlier time? Let me know your thoughts real quick if you have a minute. And I'm about to wrap up. I will leave this chat up on my screen so that when I get back, I will be able to read your comments. But let me know. All right, I'm wrapping up for now. I will talk to you soon. I'll be back later today for another video, and I'll be back tomorrow for coffee. All right, don't forget, if you want to make sure you don't miss coffee, text AngieLive, that's AngieLive with no spaces, to 33222, and I will text you in the morning and let you know when I go live, and I'll text you on Tuesday afternoon and let you know I'm going live then as well. So remind you so you don't forget. All right. I hope to talk to you guys soon. Tomorrow we'll have some more fun questions, and of course we'll try to answer. Jackie says, do what I think is most convenient. Well, that's good. I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh, Sophie said she has an announcement. Trevor says, I like the early time because I stay up late, so I go to bed around now. Okay, Trevor. That noted. Noted. What's up, Soph? Chelsea says, only because I'm in Cali later would be sweet, but uninjured. Totally worth getting up for. Aw, thank you. Linda says, thank you. Have a good day. What's up, Soph? Tell him. Yeah. We took a video of Sophie last night. She did a stand-up act at school. She was freaking adorable and awesome, and I'm very excited. I'll show you guys that later in a video today as well. I'll do a little vlog for you. Okay. She did great. She stood up on stage like a pro. Ooh, be careful. She stood up on stage like a pro and really rocked it. So I thought maybe I'd show that to you guys at the end of one of my videos today. Okay, Mel says stay at home mom, no life. Okay. So it doesn't matter to her. Good. Okay. Jennifer says whatever works for me, but later is better for her. Okay. Jackie says you got to take care of you. I do. Okay. Okay. Anne would like the later time. Either is fine. Spend your money. Yep. Okay, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll alternate. I do spend time in the morning with Sophie too, so maybe I'll alternate the times. I usually start talking to you guys while she's getting ready for school, after she's, when she's doing her shower and stuff. But maybe I'll alternate. We'll do what we can. But oh, hey, Jamie B. Hey. I'm so sorry. I'm on my way out. Yes. Okay, guys. I'll do what I can. But if you want me to notify you before I go live, because I know it kind of fluctuates sometimes, remember text. Yeah, it's so cute. It's really cute, Body and Soul. Remember text 33222 to, wait a minute. Text AngieLive, AngieLive with no spaces, to 33222, and I will send you a quick text before I go to be live. 5 minutes before I go live, I'll send you a text. All right? Okay, guys, because I know it fluctuates. Okay, I got to go. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me.